Some shouting for war, some crying for peace. Inside the White House, President Woodrow Wilson conferred with advisors, then signed the proclamation of war against Germany. The men present here are gone, but preserved on Pathé film, this moment of history remains.
World War I, also known as the Great War, was a conflict that changed the course of history, from its intricate causes to the devastating aftermath. The war left a dark mark on the 20th century. In this video, we'll explore the causes of the war, the horrors of trench warfare, and the introduction of new weapons. Also, how it all came to an end, and how it paved the way for World War II. The causes of World War I were complex and really complicated. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary on June 28, 1914, is often cited as the immediate trigger. However, the roots of the conflict ran much deeper, involving a tangled web of alliances, militarism, imperialism, and nationalism. Militarism played a significant role, with major European powers expanding their armies and navies. The arms race created a climate of fear and suspicion, making the idea of war almost inevitable. Alliances between countries further complicated the matter. The triple entity comprising of France, Russia, and the UK faced off against the triple alliance of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy. These alliances meant that any conflict between two countries could quickly involve others, turning a small skirmish into full-scale war. Imperialism also fueled the tension, as European powers competed for colonies and resources around the globe. Nationalistic sentiments where countries pursued their own interests aggressively only added to the volatile mix. One of the most defining aspects of World War I was trench warfare. Soldiers on both sides dug extensive networks of trenches where they lived, fought, and often died under horrendous conditions. Life in the trenches was brutal. Soldiers faced constant threats from enemy fire, artillery bombardments, and unsanitary conditions. Mud, rats, and disease were rampant, making survival a daily struggle on and off the battlefield. And between the opposing trenches lay no man's land, a desolate and deadly expanse of barbed wire, shell craters, bodies, and the remnants of previous battles. Any attempt to cross it was met with immediate gunfire. World War I revolutionized warfare and saw the introduction of devastating new weapons, one of the most infamous being mustard gas, a lethal chemical weapon that caused severe blisters, blindness, and death. Gas masks became essential equipment for soldiers. The war also saw the debut of tanks, designed to break through the enemy line and traverse the difficult terrain of the battlefield. Though initially slow and unreliable, tanks would revolutionize warfare forever. Aircraft did too. It played a crucial role, initially being used for reconnaissance and later for aerial combat and bombing raids. The war marked the beginning of a new era in military aviation. So, many of you guys might be wondering, how did the United States get involved in a European war? Well, the US initially remained neutral, but several factors led to its involvement in 1917. The sinking of the British ocean liner, the Lithuania, by a German U-boat in 1915, which resulted in the deaths of 128 Americans, caused outrage. And the interception of the Zimmermann telegram, in which Germany proposed a military alliance with Mexico against the United States, further galvanized the American public. And on April 6, 1917, the United States declared war on Germany. After 4 years of grueling conflict, the war finally came to an end on November 11th, 1918. On the 11th month, on the 11th day, at the 11th hour, with the signing of the armistice. Europe lay in ruins, with millions dead and countless more wounded. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, imposed harsh penalties on Germany. The country was forced to accept full responsibility for the war, making substantial territorial sacrifices, and forced to pay massive reparations. These punishment measures sowed the seeds of resentment and economic hardship for Germany. The Treaty of Versailles and the economic turmoil of the 20s and 30s created fertile ground for the rise of a certain mustache man and the Yahtzee Party, promising to restore Germany's former glory. Mustache Man exploited the nationalistic sentiment and economic distress of his people. And in 1939, just 20 years after the end of World War I, the world was plunged yet again into another devastating conflict. The unresolved issues and harsh terms of the Treaty of Versailles directly contributed to the outbreak of World War II, proving that the war to end all wars was just the beginning of an even more destructive chapter in human history. But that's a video for another day. World War I was a cataclysmic event that reshaped the world, brought down empires, and revolutionized warfare forever. Its causes were intricate, the battles brutal, and the aftermath was far-reaching. As we remember the millions who perished in those desolate trenches in Europe, let's also reflect on the lessons learned and the importance of striving for peace in our time. Thank you for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please give it a like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be making some more historical videos in the coming days. Thank you very much.